Hey gamers, welcome back to the channel. Today in Transformers Eternal War, we have a brand new bot that's hitting our roster. We have Mirage, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at his event. Going to run through a battle with him just to kind of check him out. We also have a new event that I haven't covered that we're going to cover in this video as well. A lot of cool stuff we're going to talk about, so let's get into it. All right, and welcome back. We've got a couple events to talk about, but I also do want to take the opportunity to correct a couple guesses that I had in the Megatron event video. I'm going to cover that as we go through Mirage's event, but Mirage has hit the scene. We've got the guy. He looks pretty cool. His event is going to be the exact same as Megatron's event. One thing I do want to call out, though, these power chips, if you're newer to the game or if you're waiting for Global to jump into the game and see how you like it, these power chips for these banner bot events, they do carry over from one event to the next. So if you don't want the bot, you can still collect them and hold on to them until a banner comes around where you do want to summon for a specific bot. Namely Megatron, Starscream. I think out of the 4 we've had available, those are the 2 best right now. So we've got those power chips that you can get. Let's go to the operations. Here's another change. You've got your login passes. You log in for 7 days, you get these free rewards. Yes, there's a paid pass as well. But one thing that I had thought is, since now that these went from a 1-week event to a 2-week event, I figured after the first 7 days, it would reset and you get another 7 days of rewards. You do not. Once you get your 7 days, that's it. I guess it's kind of good if for some reason you couldn't log in. You've got some extra days to make up the time to get the full 7-day rewards. If you don't have an opportunity to log in for 7 days straight. So I guess there's a plus there. Rotating missions, same missions as we had before, activity points by doing your dailies, gladiator combat, and that's it, right? So on these here, though, one thing I need to correct also from the last one, I also thought, or it was during the Starscream and the Swoop events, that once you completed these big ones, right, like the 50 gladiator combats and the 500 for your activity points, those would reset. I figured that would carry on into the Megatron event and the 2-week events. It does not. So your dailies, your daily ones, the smaller ones, these ones here down at the bottom, these ones will reset. But the big ones where you're running up to 50 for your gladiator combat and running up to 500 on your daily activity points, those ones do not reset. But you still get the daily ones that you can go ahead and complete and get rewards from those for the 2 weeks. You have discounted packs here. You can go ahead. This here, same as previous events. You're going to have a couple free ones that you can grab, but then you also have 5 that you can purchase. So you want to make sure to save 1,200 cyber coins every single day so you can purchase 5 of the power chips. And again, collecting those for another banner if you want another banner, or using those on the current banner if it's a bot that you want. And then typical growth gift, as you grow that character, if you have an opportunity to, a little bit difficult for free to play, but low spenders and obviously high spenders have an opportunity to gain a little bit of ground by ranking up the bots, spending a little bit of money. So you have that as well. You've got the free side, so you got a few rewards here you can grab as a free to play, and then obviously on the paid side for pay to play players. All right, and then we have trial. We're going to jump into here and run in this challenge. What we're going to do is this allows you, this is new as of the last event, this is going to allow you to just do a test run with the new bot, which I think is going to be very cool. So we're going to go ahead and jump in. Wait, hold on. I'm getting a transmission from B.
I am not retreating. This is just a tactical repositioning.
Oh wow, it sounds like things are getting really rough out there. We need to help them out. Use the link in the description below to pre-register for Transformers Eternal War for some great rewards, but also to help the Autobots and the Decepticons in this war against the Chaos Legion. Now to do that, you'll be putting together teams of 5 consisting of both Autobots and Decepticons battling in more than 10 different game modes. That's a ton of variety there. including Ace Strike, which is an awesome throwback to old school gaming, roguelike game modes, uniquely crafted boss battles, all while enjoying an original Chaos Legion storyline voiced by the original cast and written by Simon Furman, the legendary writer who helped define the Transformers universe for generations of fans. So what are you waiting for? Use the link in the description below to pre-register today for exclusive benefits and rewards. Okay, all right. So if you were curious, if you didn't know, yes, it's pre-registration time. So use that link in the description below. Get yourself all set up for global launch. Also, as far as global launch goes, the store says it's on September 15th. I think that's accurate. Next month is the 40th anniversary of the Transformers movie, and I believe it's coming out in theaters too. So I think it's going to be pretty cool. So yeah, it matches up. That's kind of what I was guessing. So there you go. You've got all the information there. Let's go back to the game. So we've got these challenge modes that unlock on various days throughout the event. Just gives you an opportunity to go through it and test out the character. So I'm going to go ahead, win or lose. Sometimes when I jump in here and I've run through this a few times, I've lost a few until I got the right setup. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this. We got to keep Mirage in there. Are these all the highest? 1245. Does that make sense to do that? I don't know. I seem pretty low below that. And I've run this a couple times and I've lost. So just the right combination here. Let's see. I'm going to throw a Resolute over here. And then, yeah, this guy attacks the back row. I don't know. We'll see if that works. Yeah, let's see if that works. It makes me miss the bots that I, Hey, are we going to do it? Boom, that was dead end. There's Prowl. Yeah, we did it. All right, we did it. Very nice. So let's look at stats here on him really quick. He was the MVP. So we take a look at stats here. Damage-wise, he did 739k. He came out on top as far as damage goes against his teammates there. So let's go ahead. Let's jump out. Let's take a look at his kit. But that's the event here as far as this goes. So we'll see. We'll see how far I can take him. I don't have him unlocked just yet, but let's go ahead and take a look at him. So when we take a look at him, one thing I did notice, so he is not a Resolute, but he is a recon bot. He's right here. Let's go ahead and let him zoom in. All right, so when we take a look at his stats here, so health, attack, and defense, when we compare him to other recon bots, so Swoop and Hound, he's lower on health than both of them, but he does have a little bit more attack and defense. When we take a look at his kit here, his ultimate does do some damage, rapidly dashes through the enemies. We saw that and strikes 5 times, dealing 100% attack damage. Each strike counts as a normal attack, becomes invisible during the Phantom Slash. So invincible. So he doesn't take any damage during that. His control here, attacks one random backline enemy. He does apply chaos, which is kind of nice, which is an opportunity to have your enemy attack their teammate there on the other side of the field there. So he does have an opportunity for that. He's got some restore. This is where you saw him remove himself from the battlefield. Something similar that Ratchet does by removing a teammate from the battlefield to allow them to heal. But he does have some self-healing. He also removes all negative effects, so any debuffs or anything like that. He takes out. And then he's got this control. After 3 consecutive normal attacks on the same enemy, he applies chaos as well. So there's a couple opportunities to apply this chaos mechanic, making your enemies kind of do a little bit of infighting there. And again, back to this damage piece. So looks kind of interesting. I don't know that he's as good as some of the other bots in the banners. Again, I think Starscream and Megatron are probably the best out of the 4, but I haven't been able to test this guy much, and I did not get him in beta. So anybody who was able to unlock him and do some testing in the beta, it'd be great to hear from you to get your feedback. I should have him unlocked and ranked up a little bit by this Saturday when I do some testing streams on him. So should be fun there. And then when we take a look at his charge, so while invisible, he restores some energy. Each Phantom Strike slashes, deals 70% attack, so he's got some additional damage there. When health first drops to 30%, invisible triggers again. And then upon becoming invisible, all enemies are inflicted with chaos. So everybody gets chaos. One thing I noticed is it's a very short period of time. So if they're all got chaos, or when you enact or when you debuff one of them with chaos, it's only for a couple seconds. So 2 seconds here. Over here, I think it's 2 seconds. You can get it up to 3 seconds, it looks like. Over here, this is 3 seconds. This is cool too. Affected enemies transfer 10% and 15% of their energy to Mirage. So that just allows him to do his ultimate more and more, and attack more and more. So we'll see what that looks like. All right, so that is Mirage. That is his event. The other event that we have coming on that I haven't covered, we've had it once before, is the air combat. I think this is cool. Couple things to remember about air combat. This is exactly like when we go into here, your airstrike, your ace strike here. So when we go into here, these planes are based on how you have them ranked up in your roster. So I've got Starscream at 5 blue. I've got Thundercracker at 3 purple. I could get them up higher, but I'm holding on. Skywarp at 5 blue. And you can see down here what their base damage is and what their modifier is. So when we take a look at base damage, that's 140, that's 100, that's 120. So Starscream right here has higher base damage, but then you got to take into account the bonus based on the stars. Who's going to do the most damage? Because your damage, you've got to get that 1500 damage to claim all of your rewards. And then you've got your ranking here based on damage as well. So you definitely want to do more damage to run up the ranks. And I think that's it. There are some bundles here as well that you can spend on. The exchange. One thing I want to call out about the exchange. This exchange is pretty much the same for almost every single event, except for Teletran, I think. This really, when you get these merit points here, any of the currency on any of the events that has this store, it's really based on where you are in the game and what you need. So I'm going to speak to brand new players, because I think those of you who are mid-game and end-game right now, you know what you need and you're going to go for them. Brand new players and global players, if you see this or you're waiting for global, here's my suggestion. You go for these right here, your Energon, so that you can get as many summons as possible. The more summons you can get at the beginning of the game that you can get more bots and build up your roster, rank up your teams, the better. And you're going to be able to move a little bit quicker. I would go for that all the way up until we get down to here, this row 4. Then I would go for the random mythic ticket. Later on in the game, it's not a good choice because you're going to want this once you clear Expedition 18-40. And then once you get down to 240 here, once you get a couple of those and you've unlocked row 5, then you're going to want to go for this. This way you can go ahead and select which bot that you want. I highly suggest Optimus. Optimus is a must for PvP. And with the PvP that we have in the game and what they've unlocked, what they've shown us so far, you're definitely going to want a good PvP team. But there's an opportunity for that as well. And then later in the game, you're going to have opportunities to make some choices between, again, this spherical energy core here, and then down here with some general mythic shards, as well as this talent core. Again, something used once you clear 1840 in Expedition. So those are my thoughts. Those are the events. Those are a few tips that I had. Hopefully they were helpful. Very curious, what do you think of Mirage? Let me know, especially those of you who've got him up pretty high. Maybe you got him high already. Maybe you played him in the beta and you've got some opinions on it. Definitely let us know in the comment section below. All right, everybody, that is what I had for you. As always, I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch the video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Take care, everybody, and we'll talk to you next time.